Hey, what up, guys? Need to mess with my volume. I made that video earlier and I did not reset it. It looks like it's working out all right. So, yeah, uh, Large, Pudgy, Dylan, traveling through. Good to see you. Rick, Rick, and traveling through. Are you guys getting hammered by this winter storm that we're getting hammered by here in Northeast Ohio? We are getting, like, right now, just the wind is blowing straight out of the south and just burying us. I must have shoveled this afternoon around 4 and it's already, you can't even tell. Um, hey, what's up, Andrew? Uh, Rusty? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should pull this up because I think this is perfect. Speaking of the snow. So, Dylan, yesterday at 9, showing the Tumbleweed Stargazer, which looks awesome. I really like it with the Renee Ursus, but writes, going to run 27.5 by 3.0s from the hardtail for the snow. And then he writes, if we get any more. And so I think, Dylan, you might have been the one who cursed us into the snow that we're getting. I don't think it's as bad down south, someone said, which is weird because the storm is blowing from the south like crazy. But yeah, I'm still gonna just, why not just blame Dylan for something because he's so nice. But oh, hey JMZ Muskrat, how's it going? Oren, hey, how's it going? Raymond, yeah, yeah, it's nuts. I rode like 5 miles on the trainer and then Zwift crashed on me and I was like, I'm done. But Otis rode over here. Um, he doesn't live far from me, but rode over here about an hour and a half ago. We hung out and had a beer, and he was on his fat bike. And I don't. Uh, Large might know what his tire size is, but huge. I mean, like serious, real fat bike with studded tires. And I'm like, I think like, and I've said before, I live on a busy road. I think that's like even the only thing that could get down the busy road. The plows can't even keep up, and this is a street that's usually pretty clear because it's like at one of the main roads through Cuyahoga Falls and Akron. This is actually where I live is actually Main Street in Akron. It just changes names right here, but yeah, nuts. So hey, what's up, Bradley? Party size? Oh, it's all rain out by you guys? Yeah, I know it's weird because there's a line where it's like wherever the front is settled and it's freezing above it and dropping and it's rain below. So yesterday it rained up until about 10, 11 here and then it switched over to snow. Wasn't crazy overnight. I mean, I woke up with snow covered again, recovered everything. But then today, as the day has gone on and peaking right now, it is just like blowing snow like crazy. Yeah. Oh, so you guys still have 40 traveling through. Interesting. Eat snow corn husker. Yeah, so, huh. Because I did see that the system looked like it was across like our whole part of the country, all the way to the East Coast, right? So are you guys still getting it, Pudgy? Because, oh, so when Otis was here, he was talking to someone in Canton who said they weren't getting what we're getting now. They got a little bit earlier and it's already mellowed out. Yeah. No snow, just a cat crapping in a bus. Yeah. Yeah, the cat's great. You're traveling through the short that you must have put YouTube short. I think it showed that it was like 2 weeks old or something. Just popped up in my feed on YouTube today. YouTube Shorts is still such a strange thing. If you guys know the pretty big YouTuber Peter McKinnon, he just did a whole thing on it, and he kind of threw in bits from other YouTubers talking about shorts. But that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I've kind of given up on him personally. But hey, Chris, what's up? Thanks for your order. There's a couple orders of swag. Do I have the of the bandanas? But I obviously didn't send them out today because that wasn't even going out there. But hopefully tomorrow, because this storm is supposed to wind up in the morning. So I'm hoping by mid-afternoon I could ride my bike down to the post office. So, huh? So everyone's getting a lot of rain. Crazy. Oh, and Pudgy, you're still getting snow? Yeah. So I got an interesting. I think this 5D Mark IV, that's what I film on, is dying. It won't. If I press the focus button, it like just does all kinds of crazy stuff. If I try and change any settings in the actual menus, they just turn off after a minute. So I think it was a camera that was well used. That uh, was my number one as a professional camera, so and has traveled everywhere with me. Is now kind of a static webcam. Unfortunately, is dying, so I can't focus on anything. But Otis likes Otis likes dark beers, and he brought over one really good one, a North High Imperial Stout. I'm looking over there because the can's over there. But he brought he drank when he was hanging out one of these, which is an Arche. I guess it's got to be back here to be in focus. Twitch, and it's an imperial stout aged on pumpkin pie spice, coffee beans, and habanero. And the thing with Arche is they use artificial flavoring. They're a local brewery here in Akron. I think their IPAs are really good. Everything else they make I think is horrible, but people love it. They just flavor beers and they have their niche and people like it. They're right across their big brewery is right across from Missing Falls, Kenny's brewery. But so one, this combination doesn't sound that great to me anyways, but then the fact that it's Arche means that it's also going to be all artificially tasting. But I still figured I'd drink one on the stream anyways, just to see. Sorry, Kenny, if you're watching that, but you got to blame Otis. He's the one who picked these up. But he wanted dark beers, and this was the only other stout they had besides the North High. He should have got two of the North Highs, but it needs Chuckles to yell at it. Oh, Bradley, you guys got 2 feet last week. Raymond said rain in the Hudson Valley of New York. Chris said he misses beer. Beer misses you. I noticed you're. I'll pull up everyone else's drink after I take the first sip of this one. But I noticed, Pudgy, did me and Malk send you back down a dark road of enjoying some beer again? Aroma is actually mild, which also leads me to believe if there's a lot of flavor, that's how you know it's artificial. But like, it just smells like a roasty stout. I'd actually hope that's what it tastes like, but the look on Otis's face when he was drinking it over here was not that it's just a mellow, just a normal stout. I guess I'd catch a little bit of the spice. Ah, why does anyone? Why does anyone? Oh man. So it starts off. It starts off just like a little, like it first hits you, and you're like, oh, it's a normal stout, and then you are overwhelmed by habanero and spice. It's not too hot, but you like. It's not too spicy to sip on, but you get like that sensation of like something that's going to be hot, and then it mostly fades away like pretty quick, and you're just left with like bad back of the mouth aftertaste. Like, yeah, such a weird. Yeah, it's like habanero spice mixed, habanero spiciness mixed with pumpkin spice in a totally fake way. Yeah, that is not good. Um, hey, what's up, Big Nate? Fiddlehead Second Fiddle IPA. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of Fiddlehead before. Yeah. Hey, what's up, C Staff? You said snow and wind in Wyoming. That's probably almost always the case about this time of year for you guys, right? Hey, what's up, Baron? How's it going? Oh, Chris, you cut out gluten and sugar, and that's why you're not drinking? I have a friend that me and Large visited. We spent the night with when we were uh, kind of credit card touring Connecticut after Nutmeg, and he did all the tests, and he's not. I've talked about this before. What's the word? Celiac. He's not an anti-glutite, I think is the word I accidentally used when I was buzzed. But so all the tests came up that he doesn't have a problem with gluten. He cut it out and he just feels way better. So, he's like, who cares what the tests say if I feel better in life when I don't have it? He actually did have a couple beers with me and uh, Large, and I was like, "You're drinking beer?" And he was like, we're hanging out. He's like, "I do it a couple times a year." He's like, "I might pay a little for it with a bad stomach or a headache, but hey, what's up, C. Stanton?" Rick said sometimes a hoppy IPA can help the gut. Rick, you don't drink IPAs. Oh, I did, Pudgy. So I had the North High Filthy McNasty, which is like a 9% Imperial Dark Stout first. I definitely thought that that would help me be able to drink this guy. That's what me and my ex girlfriend used to do when we homebrewed and we made a bad beer. We would like buy and drink a good beer and then, or a couple good beers, and then at the end of the night, it was we would drink our homebrew that we didn't like that much. But Chris Sculpin IPA, that spicy one, that was like drinking hot sauce. I couldn't drink it. Yeah, this is this has heat. This would so Aaron doesn't like spicy. This would she wouldn't like this, and I don't I don't eat super spicy stuff. But you guys are icy down in Austin, really? In Columbus, it's raining, man. Oh, Big Nate. So you said that's one of the best breweries in Vermont. Nice. Traveling through. What is the one you had, Pudgy? I remember you had a horrible beer, and I tried. You had already ordered it, and it was a Lock 15. Yeah, so there's two breweries in Akron that I am not a big fan of, and Lock 15 is definitely one of them. And I remember being like, oh, well, I'm not going to color his opinion. She's already pouring it, and maybe I've had beers from them in the past that weren't horrible, but yeah, it turned out to not be that good. Yeah, Rusty, I bet you're missing Phoenix. Yeah, for sure. A lot of floaters when you drink beers. I actually have no. Celiac doesn't it isn't just super if you have like a gluten intolerance, isn't just mostly really upset your stomach and make you real headachy. I would not be the expert on that, but it's up, Chris. He says he always feels better when he has two scoops of ice cream instead of four, for sure. Uh, Party size says, sounds like you all would not be good candidates for the hot ones on bikes ride you're planning. No, I I've only watched a few episodes of Hot Ones, and I don't even like it because it just I know how I'm like that show would destroy me. So yeah. I love that description, Pudgy. He said it was a spicy IPA, which he usually likes, but he's pretty sure it was turpentine and hobo spit. That might be my new favorite beer review. My an old one was which brewery did he say that about? Oh, they closed. They were another Akron brewery, which was not very good, called Aqueduct. And my old roommate Justin Ball, his quote was, "It tastes like they brew all their beer with hot dog water." And I thought that was an awesome negative beer review. But yeah, Large gets down with the spice. Oh, um, also party size. I saw your message asking you about the microphone thing. I'll get into that in a little bit, but my mom called right when I was about to reply to that. That's why I forgot to get back to you, but I will. Uh, Forbidden Root IPA. I'm not familiar with that either. let's see what the. I know we got a number of what people are sipping on. Well, Summit Perry, he usually watches the streams after the fact, and also I think is one of the biggest winter badasses because the route uh, he has taken to work and home from work. I just can't even believe he's going out in this. But I'll show his photo of his bike and his ice beard later. I know you're riding to work every day and stuff too, Pudgy, but at least you're going through a small town. Yeah, he's blowing my mind. So after his ride home, he was drinking the PBR and then this one, which is that Ache? Orange creamsicle sour, crisp, tart, fruity, and sweet. Heart state. I Heart state, huh? Totally not familiar with that, but it's obviously an Ohio beer, so I'm surprised. Oh, and Pudgy asked how the sour was, and I asked him how the PBR was. And here, Pudgy's drinking the Disco Dancer Hazy IPA from Mother Stewart's. Oh, like I just saw you have the party size sticker down there. Nice. Oh, Muskrat having a cold snap, white ale. Sam Adams is one of the weirdest breweries to me because so many of their beers I like are just solid. They're kind of like our Great Lakes around here. They just make solid, tasty beers like that one. But then, like when they make something that's like flavored, I feel like it ends up like this. Horrible. Like what their cherry wheat stout thing that they used to make was uh, like unpalatable. Abe, it's a he's waiting for you stout. Attic, wait, Attic, he's waiting for you stout. Is that a reference to something that I'm not familiar with? Which would be a lot of things, but what's Raymond got? He's got the Bliss Double IPA. Thin Man Brewery. Oh, I've been to Thin Man. New York City, right? Is Thin Man in New York? I believe it's in New York, right? I know that name and I've been there. New York City. Uh, oh, Chris asked if Surly makes its way to Ohio. Yeah, um, we do get that out here. I haven't. I don't believe I've had the Axeman IPA though. Whispering Brown Eye. Don't we have to wait till after 10 o'clock to talk like this? Oh, you're saying you don't see it large, but we've seen it though before, right? Or is that just has Hugh brought that back this way? I thought we've had it. Fulton, that's what we used to get. That's right. Fulton, yeah. Bradley said he's drinking a coffee, a single origin Ethiopian from Lamplighter out of Richmond, Virginia. Nice. I have to I drink my like one pour over pot a day, which is like two little whatever your regular home mug of coffee is. I can't drink coffee later in the day. It'll just affect me. Even if I want to like get a little wake up, it'll affect me when I'm trying to sleep. The caffeine just really sticks with me. So Lamplighter. There's a brewery in Cambridge, Massachusetts called Lamplighter, where Aaron's best friend works. Lamplighter, right? Yeah. Pudgy said it was a snow day, lots of day drinking. You're sure? Not you, unfortunately. Yeah, yeah. A lot of places. When I was at the bike shop, yesterday, our buddy Carl stopped in and works at Earthquaker, the guitar pedal company, and they had already yesterday canceled. Or was this 2 days ago? They had, yeah, 2 days ago had already canceled work for Thursday. That's how certain it looked like this storm was going to bury us. And for once, they were right. How do you deliver a 7-year-old Imperial Russian bike to her? Yeah. Huh. I wish I could drink it at night. I have to if I'm not drinking a beer, I make tea and like better like teas and something like that because I do like to have something warm to drink. But yeah, I can't do coffee and I don't like decaf. So Rick said it's not the coffee keeping me up; it's the guilt. Yeah, yeah, Bradley, I do. So I do all the shots for Earthquaker of like the actual pedals for like the catalogs and the website stuff, not the stuff that has like the when they do a more an environmental setting. I don't do all of that, but I do all like the face down, uh, and the side angles of all the guitar pedals. And then I do all the portraits over there too. So they have their baseball cards of each employee. I photograph all those. Yeah, because I've known Carl way before we rode bikes together, but that's probably how the Earthquaker connection worked out. Is when we were riding bikes, he was talking about how their photographer was in Tennessee and they had a 2-day air stuff all the time. And I was like, I have a studio right down the road. I'll ride my bike over and pick up the pedals and photograph them for you. Um, However, that conversation went, but yeah. Warm beer. Yeah. Well, the point is when I'm not trying to drink beer, but beer's like, well, not this one, but good stouts actually are better as they warm up. Thin Man is out of Buffalo. Yes, Raymond. So me, Large, and Aaron had dinner there when we rode the Erie Canal Trail from Buffalo to Rochester and back overnight, obviously, because it's back to back centuries. So when we got in town into Buffalo, we got into our Airbnb and got set up, and then we walked. We were real close. We were staying around the corner from Thin Man. So we walked over to Thin Man and had dinner on their upstairs patio. I got pictures of that. That I apparently didn't tag. Let's see. Oh yeah, Thin Man Brewery in Buffalo. I knew well, I was close. I mean, I said it was in New York, but it drizzled for like 2 seconds and everybody like ran inside and we stayed out there. Well, one, this is still August 28th, 2020, so hard of COVID, but yeah, there's Large enjoying himself at Thin Man. Yeah, I remember the food was awesome too. Well, I think we liked everything. The beer and the food were awesome, and the view was super cool. Oh, it's the coffee shop we went to before we started the tour public, but yeah. Yeah, Chris, they drink so like real ales in the UK. Um, a lot of warm real ales where they're actually pulling them up through the what do you call those old pumps? Cask ales. Yeah. Death before decaf. I think that's a new. Is that already a thing? Party size? Or there could be a new. Only steel is real and death before decaf. But Erin drinks decaf because she likes coffee so much. But that she just can't drink that much caffeine, so she'll actually drink decaf from Akron Coffee Roasters. But yeah, see, staff, I should jump into this flat bar road bike. I got it right here. We got chatting about beer and coffee and everything like that. So, did I look at everyone's drink picks? Let's see if we need a fit. Oh, let's finish that first, and then we'll get into the bike. Oh, speaking of dark beers, largest drinking of Vlad. So, yeah, let's take a look. So, I'm gonna have to see how this works with the trying to manually focus this camera on the bike stuff. But I think first I'll show the bike and where I've. So we did some live streams with it, but I haven't. I've I went over to Dirty River and picked up some stuff, and Yonda helped me do a couple things on it already. So I'll go through what has changed since the last time we live streamed on it. Supersize enemas. Oh, Rusty, you still don't have your bike or anything. Let me get the chat up where I'll be able to see it. Cool, cool. I think I got everything the way I need it. So isn't a flat bar road bike like a street fighter? It's it's funny because I am like a total drop bar guy. Like I like drop bars on everything. That's why I did the sort of the corner bar conversion on my winter bike, which is the old Trek mountain bike. But when I got this bike and I kind of realized how I could like fit some wider tires on this, and I really just bought this Peugeot because I like the paint job. It's a cheap, cheap early 80s Peugeot. The steel is Carbolite, which is basically Peugeot's own straight gauge tubing, so nothing special. But I was just thinking, like, I don't need another cheap drop bar road bike. And so I was like, how do I make it different? So I'm like, man, this is fitting pretty fat tires. And then I'm like, I've got these flat bars. So it's kind of like, the parts bin build. So it's like, make something different. So it's like just a different ride. But yeah, so one thing, so I got the bars on first where we left off. I couldn't get the drops off the old bike because I couldn't get the brake levers off. Well, one of my problems is down here the way the light is when I look into stuff. So they came out from the inside. I didn't realize all they took was an Allen key. So I was like, thought I was gonna have to shave down like a socket. Summit Perry was talking about helping me out with that, and Bob Darrow. And then I bring it in, and Yonda, the mechanic at Dirty River, looks at it, and he was like, "You don't have a 4 millimeter Allen wrench at your house?" And I'm like, I look in there, he shines the light, and I'm like, unbelievable. But I still needed to bring it in there anyways because I wanted to get uh, the right length of cables and cable housing. I wanted to talk to them about the wheel set. So Yonda told me some interesting things about this. Well, it's two different wheels I got going on here, but these came off a Schwinn Paramount, and we tore that down on the live streams, and I thought like they were just some garbage, like fixie, like Amazon fixie wheels. What they actually are is matrices with Shimano 600 hubs, but they're anodized, and they even anodized the brake track. And Yonda was saying how this, when Matrix was doing this, they were using a super hard anodizing process. And so, yeah, they actually would anodize the brake tracks, and they would actually stay black for like a really long time. So they don't have brake tracks per se, like you would So yeah, kind of interesting. The problem is this is a really weird era. So one of the reasons I brought the wheel in is I wanted to get a much more wide range cassette or freewheel, whichever it happened to be, and I noticed I didn't have the right tool to take this off. Well, this is a short-lived era of Shimano cassettes. So it's like some of their first cassettes when I believe that's what he said. Um, I wish he was here to correct me because you know he would, and brutally. But so basically, it's their earliest form of cassettes when they were switching from freewheel. The smallest sprocket threads on and holds everything together, but they've changed everything since then, and so it's nobody makes um, new ones for this style. He said he would dig around in his basement, and if he can't find anything, I'll probably eBay it because I really do like these wheels. They're the nicest set of 700C wheels I have, so I really want to use it, but I don't want to be stuck with. I'm guessing. It's not marked, but that is not a big. There's no granny gear on here, and then the front chain rings are 5240. So for trying to build a flat bar bike with some that has some decent off-road tires, let me back this camera out a little, so I'm not fighting to be in the frame while I'm talking. But yeah, so this is way too hard of a gearing for this bike. You know, like Otis was saying, I could change out the front rings. Then I'm getting into more complications when you're trying to build like a part spin bike. You're not trying to spend a ton of money on it. So, yeah, that's why the cassette was the idea. But doesn't look like this Sears Free Spirit. Yeah. Let me look back through the chat while I was just rambling. Rick said flat bar road bikes make no sense, but people who ride like fixed gears and stuff, ride a lot of flat bars. But this isn't the whole goal. The whole point is this was a road bike, but it's not a road bike anymore because of the tires I was able to get on here. I know we put a caliper on them when I first figured out that I could fit these, and so these are the Rene Aris on the front is a 42, but I remembered it calipered out to like 37 on these old school narrow rims, and the front wheel is a Mavic laced to a nuke proof hub. So yeah, and these are obviously old. The old narrow rims are pulling these tires way in, and on the rear I put a Gravel King. That large gave me a 38, but even that I think was calipering more to like 35 or something if I remember. We could test it again too in a little bit, but yeah. So the goal is just to make something different. This bike was $40, like, and I didn't even want to pay 40. I told the guy I'd give him 35 if no one bought it. So there's no Godric. No, it's not a slick on the rear, Chris. It's the what are these SKs? Is that what they call the Gravel King? Gravel King SKs, so kind of like the most classic looking Gravel King tread pattern. Yeah. And again, these are just two tires, two tires that I had. Again, like just doing a build. So I think the Rene Hertz is probably because I uh, changed both of the tires on my Raleigh at the same time, and it's not that worn yet, so it still has some life in it. But that could be whatever. Oh, Big Nate, you said you can't stand drop bars. Flat bars are your thing, huh? Oh, Muskrat, you wish you bought some dark beers before the storm. Yeah, I'm lucky because there's a drive-through across the street, and that guy opens that place no matter what. So Pudgy says he runs drop bars on bikes that are strictly road or gravel. Everything else has mountain or alt bars. Yeah. Yeah, no, I am all about the drops. I want, and I like straight drops too. I'm not even a huge fan of dirt drops, though. The Surly corner bars are helping me get over that because those kind of have more of a dirt drop flair. But yeah, yeah. So I do. It's the same stem. Uh, so these are the bars that were on my mountain bike before I went to the Surly corner bars. Uh, the levers are Diacomp SS5 Mark IIs. Otis had those. He was going to put them on a tandem. He's working on a Schwinn tandem, but he sold them to me. So yeah, and then yeah, when we were on the show like last time, I realized if I pulled the spacers out of the dropouts, I could and switch. So this bike was a 27-inch wheel size, but switching to 700C is what gave me all this clearance. This would have been considered, I think, like more of their like road tourer. This is definitely not a. It's already a cheap bike, but I have another Peugeot that's made like out of the same era, same tubing, but it's like real aero, and I barely got 32s in that bike. So kind of cool. The uh, oh yeah, I think we put the Olivio. So I have an Olivio Shimano derailleur on here. That's the other thing. So I've got all this long cage derailleur. So it'd just be to find a way to get a to see if I could find one online or some kind of you know free cassette with a much wider range would be preferable. The brake, I reset up the brake. I had Otis look at it when he was over here because I believe it's a front brake. It's a Diacomp 500, but it's the one that has enough drop to get down to the 700C wheel. So I had to put a couple washers in here, and I need to put a one of these like thin steel washers in the front because these little things for the round bridges are aluminum. That's what Otis was telling me. So to get that set up right, but I put a couple spacers, like these kind of serrated spacers. 'Cause if you remember, if you guys were watching, I couldn't get the quick release to close right and the wheel to set right because the axles were actually popping out through the dropouts. And this bike is cheaper, so they're just sheet metal dropouts. They're not uh, nice forged dropouts. But that seems to have solved that problem. And then I took some rubbing compound just to clean up the paint job. Took some steel wool to some of the metal stuff with WD-40, just basically cleaning up the bike. I'm going to wax it now that I did that though, because you're kind of like smoothing out the clear coat. But yeah, I think tonight the thing would be to run the brake cables, run the other shifter cable. I don't think I need to change the front shifter cable. It's working fine, and it looks like it has been changed sometime in its life. The only reason to change it would be to have the housing all match. I went with the white housing. I think the white will look cool on here. I put the grips that I had on the mountain bike on here, but at Dirty River he has some orange Deity grips that really match. This is really bright in the light right now with the way my lights aren't exposed, but this is orange, and I think those orange grips would kind of, if I'm going to do something like this, add some kind of like flair to it. The other thing I'm thinking is I bought a French saddle, a French leather saddle, Ideale at Nutmeg, and now I'm thinking with this French build, I put it on my Barry Hoban, but it might make more sense on this bike. But this is like one of those turbo knockoffs. I'll see if I could ride it if it's comfortable at all. It's nice because it does have the saddle loops, so I can put the kind of bags I use on here, the Swift Industry bags, already because it does have plastic saddle loops in the back. But yeah, SK stands for small knob. Is that? I never actually knew what that stands for, but that would make total sense. I think they're 38s. Yeah, 700 by 38s. Uh, yeah, and these are 700 by 42 Renaers on the front. These jokes. Yeah, copying your orange grips now. Yeah, Otis was having a blast out there. He said like the roads, it was like off-roading on the roads today, how crazy it was. But Rusty said he's considering swapping his Krampus for a fat bike with multiple wheel sets, huh? Oh, Pudgy, you said you have some orange PNW grips you can send me to save some coin? Yeah. Oh, the ones I was looking at, the same thing. I didn't plan on spending any money on grips either. It was just the fact that they like matched the orange like to a T. So yeah, let's see about. I think so. Yonda kind of roughly measured out the housing, but I probably need to fine tune it a little bit. Try to. I really need a camera operator when I try and work on a bike because obviously I'm sure through the 1080 stream quality, and then me trying to point out stuff, it's not very easy to see. But ooh, I missed a lot of the rubbing compound on the fork. Where did I put that? I wanted to where I had dry fitted this housing, and there's a bunch here. I want to grab the rag that I used for that stuff. Give me a second. Oh yeah, so just some turtle wax rubbing compound. Oh yeah, see, Steph, you said some orange brake and shift housings would be cool. Totally would. Like again, because we're talking about like as like the trash bike style build. So to like start specially ordering like housings, I actually got a deal because um, Otis was saying they actually haven't sold much of the people are just aren't putting white housing on anything. But yeah, no, you're definitely right. Doing everything flashy on here might be cool. And you know, one of the things that I always do when I build up some kind of new bike that laughing at Rick's comment is cheap is like if you end up riding it a lot, then you go in and upgrade it. Like I said, Otis was trying to saying how I should get one of the Velo Orange like crank sets with like the much more realistic two bys on there, and it's like, yeah, those are like $200. That's more than I have in this entire bike. So mother's polish is the best. Yeah, I have. So just because it's what I have some hard shell turtle wax is what I'll wax this with, but yeah, same kind of deal. And I need to do my Raleigh. I made a video about that. I rubbing compound and waxed the Barry Hoban. I want to do that to the Raleigh really to protect that bike because that's my go-to uh, go-to whatever daily driver what everything. Yeah. I was what are we looking at? So with the mic arm here, I'm blocking the whole view of the bike. Let's see what we could do with this camera angle. Maybe come down a little bit. That could work for, I think, yeah, because we don't need to see the wheel. Yeah. I need to turn my TV so I want to see the chat a little bit too. What were you saying? Only fat bikes you're finding really are carbon, no steel or titan. So, Large, are you still here? Because you would know Dirty River is getting a shipment of fat bikes in a couple days, but I don't know the details of what they are. My Pedro's traveling through. My Pedro's multi tool. The tools are pretty long, and they're pretty usable. Let's see about. I wonder if I even need to run this through those to get an idea No, I think I could do it like this. So I want that one fairly tight. And then I think on, oh, need this. Isn't the rule on flat bars you want to be able to turn them 180 with enough housing to turn them 180? Wait, well, I want this to come around the front, I think. Let's put my hands down here. What if I want to do a bar spin? Back this off while I got these. Enough hose for bar spins. That bike has a foam D? What does that mean? Oh, so Large said they're going to get some, you are going to get some Surly Wednesdays, though. Biker Speeds on YouTube. I haven't checked that out yet, no. So yeah, if you guys noticed before I finally moved it so I have all my tools here in Streamland, so oh nice, I actually did that without getting too many burrs. Or any, yeah, wow. And it's open, I don't even need to. Oh, what's up, Otis? How's it going? Dirty River. I'm drinking this delicious beer you brought over. Dirty River, do you know what the Pedro's multi-tool I got from you is also? Traveling Through was asking about multi-tools, and I really like mine. And it was because you still get like that much. So. Where are my ends? Oh, right. Oh, these must be shifter cable. Into the flat bar levers, I'm guessing Otis and Pudgy. I probably still want to put some ferrules on those, right? On the old existing cables, they don't have them into where the down tube thing is. Yeah, okay, cool. Any deals on dynamo hubs? We were talking about those those crust bike. Oh wait, I'm going this way. Yeah. Those crust bike wheels with the built with the dynamos already in the front or in the hubs seem like a steal with everything you get on that, but I thought you were watching Sex and the City, Otis. I don't think that doesn't take a ferrule actually into the brake on each end. Okay, I was gonna say it's tight in there. If I had a nickel. Huh? It actually won't. It won't go into the brake with the ferrule on the end on this side. Did I cut that too? No, no, we're good. Oh, she watched the shows without you because she's saying. So you're blaming me for holding you hostage over here? You left when you finished your beer, Otis. But if she's not watching right now, you're totally free to blame me. I don't mind at all. Oh, cable donuts. Oh yeah, that's what my Trek runs. All three, my mountain bike Trek, party size, runs all three of the cables across the top of the top tube, and they're exposed just with those. Well, all I think all of those rubber things now, since it's 2001. I think there's like one or two left, but yeah, it runs them all exposed across there. This bike, the cables run exposed like a lot of vintage bikes do down the uh, down tube. Wow, this our shade beer is really messing me up. Exactly, Otis. Always blame the one not in the room. I'm down with it. Muskrat, cats see things we don't. I definitely agree with that. Feral, because I'm happy. Oh, I missed that one, Otis. All right. Ah man, these comments are great. See if we could. Well, this isn't a how-to. This is more of a how not to do stuff when I'm doing it. But yeah, so it probably doesn't matter if how good the focus is. But okay, I see. As you guys know, flat bars are not my specialty, but I see how it's working here. This has got to be like the most cringy thing for Pudgy to watch. Someone who's like a mountain bike mechanic watching me work on something with flat bars. But when I do stuff like this, like obviously we're like live streaming on top of it, but it makes you think, and we were talking about this in the Discord, like when we were talking about cooking shows in the Discord, how much consciousness needs to go into everything you're doing when you're working on stuff, like and videotaping it. And this is not even videotaping, uh, and this is you know especially with the live aspect. Oh wait, will that not work like that? Why not? I thought I'd be able to fit it through that. There's a slot there, so you could fit it in, right? The I don't even know what you call the end of the cable there. God damn it! I don't have to run that all the way back through, do I? Oh, you come around like this. That's how it's done. Ah, I got it. I got it. I don't know if you got. I'm sure you weren't able to see any of that, but yeah, the angle that you have to get them through. Uh, what's up, Alejandro? Yeah, the new Peugeot. The new Pugat. There is a whoops, wrong way. I do chat sometimes in the comment section with the dude who is French, and so he definitely won. I used a French song once that I guess the lyrics were just like completely stupid and offensive, and he was like, "Do you speak French?" And I'm like, "I could say stuff like my name is and do you speak English and excuse me, je parle anglais, you know." And he was like, "That is the worst song. It makes this video unwatchable." But then he also makes fun of any of my French pronunciations. But so people have argued about this on the channel, on my comments, because the video about my old Peugeot is like the one that got my channel a bunch of subscribers. But so him being, he was talking about it, and so people have made fun of me for saying Peugeot, and I'm like, you don't say the T in a word like that in French. But then he told me it's a dialect thing. Some people do say Pugat, and some people do say Peugeot in France. So for what it's worth. Anyways, the end of the cable. See staff, you're right, Dad. It's called the end of the cable. I don't. Well, we've all talked about this on the channel. How no one could give saddle recommendations because everyone is so different. But Otis doesn't like B17s either. So Muskrat, what is that? Oh, the cable end. So it really is. Yeah, the cable ends. Yeah. But like I said, and I'll show the little intro here in a little bit. But when we were talking about doing like the news show for like adventure cycling, whatever, alt cycling news show, I'm telling you guys, when you get on camera, like some of you guys are talking about contributing, if you've never tried to do it, you'll realize you're like, oh, I'm someone who could talk. So I have all the ideas in my head. When you turn that camera on and stand in front of it, it's very hard to say normal ass things, like something you've thought of all day. Like really, uh, there's a reason newscasters make so much money because it's really hard to do well. But yeah. Wow. Yeah, Alejandro says in America we say Peugeot. Same thing with I've heard all the different pronunciations because my first French bike, the bike that got me into French bikes, was my dad's Motobacan, and I've heard it say by French people Motobacan, but other people have made fun of me for that too. Obviously a more anglicized pronunciation, the way it looks would be Motorbacane, which is fine. But I'm trying to think. I heard someone say it in a really weird Connie. Someone pronounced the E. I've heard that, but they were also a dude I know, and he's called it a Motobacane. So, but I've never heard anyone else say that. Yeah, Pudgy doesn't like B17s either. I That's all I want to ride. I want B17s on every bike I own. I have what, three, four of them? Yeah, they're all on my most ridden bikes though. Yeah. Mao Tao Bacan. Yeah, let's where are we at? Okay, cable. Yeah. Probably won't use these brake pads, but I should probably tighten them down just for sizing. These are interesting. These pads have, what is that? No, just an interesting shaped nut. Oh no, where's the wrench? I must have set the wrench down when I started on this. When I got back from the shop, and now I don't know where I put my ratchet. Hmm. Rick, you put a B17 in your car. See, staff, you like the old Cell Italia? Yeah, a few people have mentioned those. Yeah. A head mounted GoPro. That's not a bad idea. That's really not a bad idea to flip over to like exactly what I'm looking at. If it was like, it would have to be like a head. Maybe it would be the chest mount. Pudgy gave me the chest mount, Rick, and that actually might be a better perspective because it would be where my hands are working. I could flip to that camera angle. We could try that. We'll definitely try that next week, and maybe that will work. I don't know if it'll be, yeah, with the stabilization and everything. I will have a cord running from me, but it still might be worth it because I could just plug it in right when I go to do that stuff. I don't have to have it in for the intro. That's an interesting idea, and I haven't seen anyone do, but the cells are the new jam for the Brooks B fanboys. Yeah, that's why I love that I got the French leather saddle, of course. Well, plus I just love the French shit, but yeah. Oh, it's in here. So I have this. This is my little like grease and extra parts bin. It's just sitting right in here. It's like where I the steel wool and all that. But let's see. I'm gonna look at these and guess a 10 millimeter maybe. Bam. If you've ever worked with a bunch of dudes who have to use tools once in a while, you know that's like a point of pride when you grab the right wrench size. Being a farmer when we were working on stuff, that was always like, it's probably a 9/16. Nah. So, you argue with each other like, nah, yeah, whatever. You I might be a little closer than I thought in the clearance getting down to the rims on these. Nah, I think it might be there. Let me get this mic over here. I think I might be good. They just have to be adjusted about perfectly, but there's enough metal in these Diacomp brakes that I could do what I've done on other bikes is just file out a little bit in the bottom of the slot to get the brake pads to drop down a little farther. It's going to be close. It might work. Man, now I'm thinking about Rick's idea, and like for exactly what I'm talking about, it'd be one click of the mouse, and you guys would be seeing the perspective to know exactly what I'm talking about with these brakes hitting down to the rims. But they are hitting the rims; they're not hitting the tire. So the brake cable clamp is an 8 millimeter. I definitely missed a lot of the chat, but Pudgy, you want to try a swallow? The one I have on my you would like that? It's so narrow. You have to be so slammed to ride one of the those slim Brooks saddles. I have on my Viscount. I have one of the super narrow saddles, and it's fine long as you're in like a super forward position. And that bike has super deep drops, and is fairly slammed because it's an old British race bike. But I would definitely not want to run a Swallow on anything. But you have to be really far forward, or like really in a flat back position. For in my, everyone's sit bones are different. We always say this, but yeah. And I'll actually use like padded shorts under my regular shorts if I ride that bike, even with the leather saddle. Oh, but you said you run a C15. God, that's still narrow compared to a C15, isn't it? I should pull it over here and show it, but yeah. Otis had. What do you have the? You had the Bertuned on Is that I can't remember. Is that the Bertuned on the Salsa when I borrowed it? Right. I liked it. I liked it. The War Road. You had the you had that on, right? And yeah, that's a thick piece of leather for anyone who ride leather saddles. Shape was good. It will take way longer to break in than a Brooks. If it's not comfortable right away, I feel like that's one of those ones where you like when people show the cheats of breaking in Brooks saddles, I don't think they're necessary. But the Bertunes, I could see how someone would want to like. Uh, well, what Yonda had me do with my dried out French Ideale was slather it in the. He said slather it in whatever the stuff Brooks sells, proofide. He said put it on your oven door with the oven on the lowest. What I actually did was slaver it, and since I have radiant heat here, hot water radiant heat, I put it on the radiator overnight. and that did help soak it in a little bit. But that's a saddle that I think has been dried out since they only made those into the early 70s. So at the, it's over 40 years old no matter what. But you think 500 miles on a Bertude? No way. They say 600 on a Brooks. There's no way a Bertude would be shaped in 500 miles. Again, I'm someone who likes leather saddles, like even the Bertude, like out of the and B17s. I like B17s when they're virtually new. The one I got from you, Otis, that you hated, that I have on my vintage Trek, I liked it right away. And then, when I got like in the 600-mile range, it just became like heaven. But yeah, yeah. Now I'm just saying Brooks are much more comfortable out of the box. Yeah, thinner leather. Yeah. Let me show this other. What time is it? Are we going to do the break soon? Because I'll bring the. Oh, it's 10:12. Yeah, let's do the break. I know we're chatting while I'm doing this, but it doesn't matter. Um, let's do the quick break, and I'll show because it's a Swallow or something. It doesn't have a name on it, but I bought it used like all my Brooks. I'll at least show what it looks like so you guys can see how it is really narrow. And it's interesting because I bought it off of a guy who has one leg shorter than the other, so it's formed. It's disc shaped. It's formed to his body position. But the reason it didn't bother me because it's a bike I ride just occasionally. But and how firm your dumpers, yeah. All right, yeah. Let's do a quick break. I haven't changed this members video again, so also thanks to Michael and thanks to Musgrave, who are the two members who are not up on here. Oh, I also did want to say really quick, I've stopped putting ads on the streams. We hit 40 channel members, and I felt like that's a good way to celebrate the fact that this channel is makes a tiny little bit of money for the so people like to pop in and out of the streams. I think it's annoying to have to see an ad, and the amount of money I would make on a live stream from advertising is stupid anyways. So yeah, no more ads on the stream. So that's something you could thank all the channel members for. So all right, let's do the break and be right back. I just want to take a quick moment during this break to thank our channel members. Their financial support really does make it possible to do this many live streams and produce this many videos. So thanks a lot. If you're interested in joining, we could drop a link on the screen in the chat right now that you could check out and follow that link and join the channel and get some special perks too. Anyways, thanks to everybody else too for tuning in. I really enjoyed doing this. Check out the merch store and also drop a like on this video. Thanks, every little bit helps. We will be back in a couple minutes.
I wanna tune a boat. Give me tune a boat. I wanna tune a boat. Give me tune a boat.
It's funny. I grabbed the Viscount to show the saddle, which I'll zoom in on. But Rick was asking about the quick release, and this bike actually has a quick release for the C-post collar. The guy I bought it off of said this bike was way too big for him, so he put it on there so he could lower it really easily, which makes no sense because don't you just make it fit you once? But either way, this bike legit has a quick release seat post collar. I'm going to go behind the camera and, well, what's the best way to do this? Yeah, try that. Yeah, these things are just so narrow. Let me see if I can get it into a position to show a profile shot. Yeah. Yeah, if that'll work for you, that's great. But man, they are, yeah. Like I said, this bike is so slammed with the deepest drop bars that I've ever seen in my life. So, oh wait, do I have those in there? Hard. That's way just too hard to do, unfortunately, on the live stream. But yeah, it's a wide angle lens. But yeah. Oh, so you're talking about dropping the seat if you hit some gnar? I guess. Yeah. Rusty, you're asking if riding a fat bike, if you should worry about the Q factor. It seems like some people think so and some people don't. Lanky, I know, Lanky cyclist hated his fat bike because of the Q factor. I think a lot of people it doesn't bother though. So, oh, I mean, other people would have a better opinion about that than I would because I don't ride a fat bike. But yeah. Oh yeah, that was no that muskrat. That was the that's like a swallow or something. Yeah, it's so much narrower than a B17. The nice thing is how B17s could kind of rub the inside of your legs, especially as they kind of age. That never will because it's like uh, is it on? Yeah, it's so narrow right from the. Let's see. Let's run some more. Let's get some more cables on this bike. Do the other brake. I think the other brake cable might have been close in size because obviously that's easier to measure out at a bike shop. The other housing, not cable. How strong is this beer? Because oh, 9.2%. And then I think the other stout that Otis brought over was a 9%. So I'm like, why am I like, why am I so buzzed? But Rick's comment about liking the rub. Oh, I need the ferrules for real. I should take this flannel off so I could actually move around. I feel like Bike Jerk's wearing this. It just seems like this big oversized flannel that he would be wearing. I'm falling apart. Oh, I am like the most layered man you will ever meet. Let's see what we could do. See how we can make this work. Take it off. So this must be the derailleur one. I don't have, so we didn't go with separate, like the true shift cable, because we're going friction anyways. And Yonda was saying something about how the what do you call that, where the shift cable not compressionless, it won't fit into these OG bike things anyways, whatever. Fill in the blanks, people who know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's all good. That's nice. I'll still be able to put the handlebar bags on here if I want to. Nothing in the way. Gravix specific slippers. My parents got these for me for Christmas because I came over. Wait, which way do I need to go? They're mini Tonkas. When I went over there on Thanksgiving to my parents, I had my slippers all duct taped up because I just was attached to them. And so they, pretty smart Christmas gift to take note of that and be like, our son's living like this is a. I was trying to think of a Dickens novel, but yeah. Now it doesn't look like the front brake's gonna take a ferrule either, because these are Wyman. The front brake is original to this bike, so Peugeot would use all French stuff. The rear one's the Diacomp, but they both are about the same. They're both not gonna take the. Nope. It won't be a problem. There's a ledge in there, so it's the same kind of thing. It's sitting on metal. It's not just going to be loosely living in there. Oh, I still have the old cables in there. Yeah. German M-Wave saddles. We'll have to look those up. Someone like Alejandro, I don't know those. Remind me after I run these two cables to pull those up on screen. Where did I put the other? Do you guys remember where I put the other brake cable? There it is. I don't need you. I do this by myself. Yeah, the duct tape thing, the old, I'm an old skateboarder. We duct taped our shoes all the time. It was doing ollies. Our parents weren't going to buy us, they were not going to buy us all the new shoes every time we wore them out from skateboarding. That was for sure. And my job at McDonald's wasn't going to pay for enough airwalks either. So shit. I need the wrench. I got to take the old cable out. I didn't really think this through too much. You know, the back and forth. Let's see. Beer's kicking in. Well, at least I'm glad that these the Diacomps and the Wymans take all the same size wrenching, which is nice. It'll be nice in the future when you have to change stuff, but I think the beer's kicking in. It got quiet? Did I was maybe I was focusing too much. I have it written down uh get this mic over here more, but the app that Party Size sent me so I could actually have some music playing in the background, which I would like, especially when I'm working on bikes, so there's just a little bit of ambiance. When I used to make more photography videos, which I now do on a different channel, I don't make a lot of them yet, but it's a plan to do some more of them again. I used to always I used to make some on how to develop certain kinds of film and what developers I used, and or just like I was doing some on ways to clone yourself in digital photography, and I'd always say this isn't how to do it, this is how I do it, and I feel like I need that disclaimer when I'm working on my bicycles as well. Otis earlier when I said I'm clearly jerry rigging this rear brake. Oh, I can't say that because he doesn't. Well, not going to say it because I don't like his name used on camera. Oh yeah, that's how I do it. We're in. If I super chat, will Tim take 2 more drags of Imperial Stout? You know it. I'm cheap. I'm cheap and easy. I doesn't it just have an option below it? I don't. I'm trying to think of when because I've super chatted on Terry B streams, but obviously I can't see those settings on my own. Dude, these brakes more than reach, and these are the original. I bet they must have put the front brakes on the same bikes that they were making for the French and European market as they were putting on the brakes that they were shipping over to the US. So I bet they put these like very adjustable brakes so they didn't have to make two different sets, um, two different builds for the US or domestic markets, which is kind of cool. Cool on my behalf. And, you know, what? How many years later would this be? If this is a 1982, it's 20. This is a 40-year-old bike frame, right? Yeah. Yeah, we got brakes, baby. Let's put the other shift cable on. I don't have a chain on here, so I'm not gonna, you know. I was looking at this, dude. Look at this. Look at this bottom bracket, man. 40-year-old bottom bracket is spinning like a top. Man, adjustable cup square taper bottom brackets might be a little heavy, but they just, you can service them and they just work. You're not throwing them away every 5 months like you are like a modern Shimano bottom bracket. Am I right or am I right? Great super chat, Otis. I love it. Let me look. I know there's. No, it doesn't give me the option. Yeah, just click that link, guys. That'll make it happen. Click vom.ret. Oh.
Pudgy Pedal Pusher super chatted $4.99. Judging by how much beer is left, I'd say Tim is finishing up his nursing degree. You pine cone. Neo retro is never going to be a thing. Let it go, man.
Oh man. Well, I didn't. I don't even know what to say. Okay, Pudgy, you didn't make any you didn't make any demands. If you super chatted, you said if Otis said if he super chatted $5. Otis doesn't need a super chat. He gave me the levers for free. Let's see. Where are we? What's our camera looking like? Speaking of French, this is a French tripod. Rick, you probably know this brand. It's a Gitzo. However you pronounce that with the... I don't think these take ferrules either. I don't think these top tube shifters take ferrules. No, I don't think so. I'll try it though, just to. Paint the cable housing? See, Staff, I ride through lots of dumb stuff. Ask Otis. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, I keep calling. Otis is the owner of Dirty River Bicycle Works. So, even though I'm seeing Dirty River, I still in my head think Otis. It's. It's pronounced Jizzo. Yeah. Oh, Rick, you have a couple Gitsos. Nice. Yeah, I have this one, which obviously I can't show because the camera's on. Then I have a giant one. I actually have an arm, so I do it for top-down still photography. They're not mine. I bought them with the building. The other Rick, the Rick I bought this off of, gave them to me. This is my little drawer of uh, everything from super vintagey cable ferrules to, yeah, some super strange stuff. Red anodized ones from the tops of old drop bars. I know that's totally blown out and out of focus, but yeah. Yeah, some of those are almost from the 60s. Trying to find the brake ones. I'm only finding shift cable ones. A couple sitting over here. Let's see what the magic tool tray finds us. No. Were you guys here the night that I couldn't find the right cable ends and Yonda actually drove over from his house?
Cycling Adventures super chatted $19.99. Cheers, clinking beer mugs.
Clinking beer mugs. I've never heard it say the emoji out loud like that. Thank you, Cycling Adventures. I think you might have just... Wow. Yeah, now I got to chug? Yeah. All right, all right. Proceeds to... I think you just tied traveling through with the biggest super chat ever. Didn't traveling through do a $20 once? Yeah. I forgot it's the habanero bear. That almost came... that almost came out my nose for real. Whew, I'm crying. There's the right one. I totally forgot that's the spiced pumpkin habanero beer, and I tried to pound it. It was like bourbon hitting me. Ugh. My eyes are watering. Bottoms up. Ah, that was awful. I think I like the ferrule fits in there, and I think it's a good idea. The old one doesn't have one, but I just feel like it's going to have the cable go straight there for a second, and this end isn't going to wear out as fast. Needs to be cut a little shorter. Let me grab my nippers. If it...
Alejandro Salazar J super chatted $5. Alejandro is a cheap ass super chatter boo 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 Joe. Joe.
Oh man, Rusty, you missed it. You go out to walk your dog and everything goes haywire. Thanks, Alejandro. I hope you don't mind me telling this story, Alejandro, but we were it was a stream a long time. It might have been last winter. I can't remember. Yeah, because it would have been before you went back to Europe when you were in Florida last year. We were zooming around on the maps. Oh yeah, Jay Dandy's not here tonight, is he? Speaking of maps, but so yeah, we were doing a map thing, which is Jay Dandy's favorite. And then I think we were looking at where Alejandro lives and like looking at the coast, and we are all joking about like, God, we got to get, not joking, like talking like, man, that would be so awesome to get out there and visit him and ride those streets in Spain and all that kind of stuff. And Alejandro said something about, oh, my namesake, Alejandro Valverde, trains right here and named the town. And then we were looking at where Alejandro, or where he was from. And he had said his namesake, you know, my namesake. And I took it seriously, probably being kind of like buzzed like this in the stream. And he meant it as a joke. And he actually DM'd me on Instagram. And he was like, listen, that was kind of a joke. I feel bad that like you took it seriously. And it's like, oh man, I have no idea what I'm doing once it's like past 10 o'clock. And so I probably just, yeah, but it was kind of funny. So like, oh man, we know a dude who's named after Alejandro Valverde. And like, well, if you guys don't know, he's what, the oldest racer in the World Tour Peloton right now, rides for Movistar. We need lanky cyclists now too. So Lanky is the Movistar fanboy. He obvious. He told me I can't call him that anymore. Once he gave me the EF change hat cap for the Giro. Is this making any sense? Probably not. Just cartographs tonight. Jay Dandy is at Cartographers Anonymous tonight. I, man. Oh, here he is. He said he's like Beetlejuice. Yeah, we said Jay Dandy's name 3 times, and here he is. Yeah. I don't even know what started it. I think it might have been that night where I ended it with, like, we were talking about Valverde, and we had been you guys are watching. I'm just zooming around at the maps, and when it ended, I was like, this was a very map-heavy episode. And someone said map-heavy episode. I think Jay Dandy, and I think that's what started kind of the whole map thing. But I mean, the map thing had been going on from the beginning, but the jokes about the map thing. Yeah, so these are top tube simplex shifters. And one of the things I was thinking is like, I'm going to get rid of these, like, you know, take these off. But then I'm thinking on this build, you know, why put different shifters on there? You know, just keep it simple. So yeah, that's what you messaged me, Alejandro. You were like, yeah, you were like, I'm older than Valverde. I couldn't have been named after him. I'm sorry, but yeah. Talking about maps is almost as good as looking at them. Yeah, forward is loose, so I need to go forward on these. Oh, do I need a piece of housing down around the bottom, or does this just run free? Yeah, it's got the they do the plastic pieces underneath the bottom bracket shell on these old bikes like this. And this one just really, yeah, it just routes right underneath there. I don't think there's another piece of housing. Sorry, no microphone. Yeah, I think it just the cable is just exposed all the way underneath the bottom bracket. Yeah, it just runs exposed all the way down the down tube, under the bottom bracket, and then into a piece of housing to shape it to the rear derailleur so it hits at a good angle. I think I need to take about maybe an inch off the housing for the rear derailleur. I want it to have a nice good arc, but that's definitely too much. Maybe more like, I think you want it just so it goes in straight, right, guys? So long as it's going in straight and not at a harsh angle. So I think about right there. Large says, I like my maps like I like my women. Where do you go with that? Yeah, large finish. Where's the punchline? I like the white housings on this bike. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I think you're right about the orange housings. I'm not gonna deny like perfectly matched orange housings would look awesome. But I think the white works works good enough. I mean, we have black bars too, so whoops, wrong way. I think if I was running everything perfectly color matched, I think if I had silver rims, both tan wall tires, if I was putting money, if this was a nice frame set. So I think that's the thing. If this was it's so funny with Large because I could hear that in his actual voice as he said, I have no idea. That's what is cracking me up more than anything. But yeah, so like if this was a really nice frame set and not just a really nice paint job, I think it'd be worth doing all the stuff. But again, if this turns out that it's a bike that I'm riding all the time, then those upgrades will make sense. But to get it functional and see how it feels, because here's the other thing, we don't even know how this bike is going to handle yet with the wider tires, the flat bars, you know. Oh, did I say too the other thing? Otis gave me these pedals, Jan, to put them on. So it had the yeah, some just shitty heavy box pedals. Is that what they call box bear trap pedals? Is that what you used to call them, bear traps? With the double reflectors. So I got some nicer, what SKs are these? MKS? Let's see. Oh yeah, SRs. So yeah, much nicer pedals that I'll put toe cages on. But what's the point of all this? Of everything? I like my women all over the place. To scale, I like Otis's response to the finish of Ben's joke. To scale, yeah. Me and my buddy Pete were talking to some totally smashed dude at some weird party we didn't want to be at in Youngstown because we were there with our friends. Our friend who lived in Youngstown who took us there. And this guy was just obsessed with talking about tits. Just tits, you know. And then he was like, it just depends on the woman. And then he was like, I'll never forget this. He was like, and this was not a line he had planned. I swear to God, you could just tell. He was like, if the tit don't fit, you gotta quit. And it was so, yeah, that happened in Youngstown, as the Bruce Springsteen song says. I think this needs a ferrule on this derailleur, on the rear derailleur, to bring this back somewhere. All right, Dylan. I'm surprised you made it this long. Yeah, you made it really far on Tuesday as well. But Tuesday, people weren't paying me to drink too much on Tuesday, so. Milky Chance, the band. I really like the one Milky Chance album. Otis is telling me to pull the plug. I gotta finish this little bit, and then we'll do a little outro. We'll look up that saddle Alejandro was talking about, and then we pull the plug. We're so close. We're so close. Oh wait, that's that's the brake cable. Yeah, we made some projects. We did a 20-minute job in 2 hours. Like, you can't complain about that. I'm not going to tighten this down with the wrench for now till I'm got the chain on and ready to set it up. But at least a hand tighten on this derailleur cable will make me feel like we really accomplished something tonight. We should nip some of these. We should do a little nipping. Why not? We can't walk away with stuff just hanging out here like those people. I'm in Nirvana and I don't like cut my guitar strings after I tune my guitar. Give me a break, right? Tim's gonna pull the brake lever and blast through like 5 gears. This is looking good, man. This is a weird ass build, but I'm into it. I'm into it. Yeah, what is that? Someone called this like a monster cross bike? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's something. So, Dirty River said if you touch a bolt, tighten a bolt. True. This is not. I don't have air in the tire, so you're right. I'm not. This is not going out the door. I'm not riding this. So I know I don't have any. What do you call? Man, here's another thing I can't think of now. What do you call the things that you put on the end of cables to keep them from fraying? Those things. I don't have those on there. So yeah, no worries. I'm not going to run out the door on this bike. Plus we have a blizzard outside. But yeah, that is a good point. I think that is a good point. But there's no chain on this bike either. So I will be aware that I have not set up the rear derailleur. But Tim looks like Tommy Pickles' dad in Rugrats. Huh. I'm not mad about that. Mark Mothersbaugh did all the music for that from Devo. Do you know that? Okay. What was Alejandro's The Saddles? I want to see it. Did you? Oh, the dramatic zoom. Did you like that on the bike? A little. We were in the cinema, as Camera Conspiracies was saying. Crimping ain't easy. Yeah. uh, what's up, Yonda? Late to the party, but at the party nonetheless. I told stories about the things you told me earlier tonight, Yonda. Like I was referencing you and probably would have made you furious at how wrong I was getting everything you told me. But yeah, I'm a weird ass build, Rusty. Yeah. So wait, where's the saddles? All right, let me do some scrolling. Someone just type it again. Oh yeah, C wave. I thought it was M wave. Seaware. Seaware German saddles. Is that your final answer? We'll see what Google has to say about that. Wait, are we talking about horses? People also ask, what's inside a Civil War saddle? How much is a Civil War saddle shield worth? What kind of wool is used to make a military saddle? What is a McClellan saddle made of? I seem buzzed. Oh, I'm sorry. That's very unprofessional of me. Cycling Adventures, I'm sorry. Oh, Alpine J Dream buzzed in earlier when I was working. I forgot to say what's up to him. Me and Large were out riding, and man, when was that? In the spring when we ran into him over at the deli shop downtown? But yeah, let me find these. I do want to find these saddles. I know I'm joking, but I actually want to see them. Oh, Arche is the devil's sauce. Yeah, I'm gonna grab one more beer. I'm gonna keep going. I'm not done here. You guys, you don't have to stay. No, this isn't a this isn't compulsory. Compulsory, as the Brits would say, right? M wave. That's what it was. M wave. I still need another beer though. And they're German, you said? I'm still getting a lot of horse stuff. Oh, here we go. So do you think it's this guy here? Messings Sean? Oh yeah, that's German is all get out. Messingschlager. Why isn't it loading? I'm gonna guess it's not that one, but I'm sure they have a whole line of saddles. Um, I prefer not. I mean, I strictly necessary. Yeah. Where can we see not the ones that look? I know that's not the one you're talking about. All products, care and lubrication. Don't get too over the top about that. Oh, they sell all kinds of stuff, huh? Saddles and accessories. Saddles. There we go. Oh, here we go. Rivet Racing Saddle. Man, they have 8 pages of saddles, and I've never heard of this company. Let's see what the Rivet Racing Saddle is, because I think that looks more like what we're talking about. This one is artificial leather with stainless steel rivets. I wonder if they have a filter so we could see like just like a if they have a true leather version. Oh, material. Here we go. Huh, do they not make a real, do they not make a full leather one anymore? And when I say anymore, I don't know that they ever did. Genuine leather, cover. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so they don't make it in like a, large. Have you seen M-Wave leather saddles from NA Cycles? Rick would bang that saddle. Oh, sort by brand. Okay, okay. Sort by brand. Oh, you're right. Here we go. M-Wave. There. Large always coming to the rescue. Hmm. That's actually not helping. We make streaming garbage. Oh, so Dirty Otis says Meschenschlager just bought the U.S. distributor for Panaracer. Wonder if the axe his powers will play nice with bike parts. Go back to, okay, gotcha. Go back to, right, okay, let's, gotta go back to products, saddles, then filter by brand. Got it. Oh, look at this guy. Now I think now we're in business. Okay, we got some seat posts, got some springs, aluminum. I don't know if it helped. The internet is hard, man. I'm usually pretty good at internet. Tonight I'm not doing so good at internet, but this is German internet. Come on, give me a break. German internet is different. Oh, did I click on seat posts? Oh yeah, you're totally right. This is a touchy internet, though, by the way, guys. This is touchy internet. Eco-friendly upper material, stable plastic body. I'm sure Rick's familiar with that one. These look like very modern saddles. I thought maybe there would be like a more like a leathery type guy, huh? Oh, Rusty's into fat bikes. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, there's like 4 of you who are enjoying this. Let's Muskrat. All right. Um. I need to grab another beer and take a leak. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. I'm not. We're not. I mean, it's snow day. Snow day. I'm gonna work on the YouTubes tomorrow. I only have a little bit. I only have like 2 hours of real work to do tomorrow. So if I get up at 9 o'clock, what does it matter, right? All right. What's the thing I want to hit? That animation is by my way the the thing I'm most proud of in my YouTube career. Chris Alto, that's interesting. Yeah, Alejandro, I'm sorry that I I think most nights when you had something interesting to show us, it probably would have went a little smoother. Tonight is not one of those nights, and it's on me. It's on me being bad at internet. By the way, I am not pouring that beer into this glass. I don't even want to contaminate it. This Fatheads is actually cleansing my palate and my soul. Uh, Alpha Ambush, little hoppy. We're talking about fat. I don't know shit about fat bikes. I could pull up whatever photos you want, though, as I've already proven so effectively. This is this is entertainment at its finest, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure at this point you guys are just here to chat with each other, and you could do without me. I'm going to turn off my. I have a second set of lights over here I use to um, light the bike, and it's like blinding me. So, oh yeah, look at that. Now we got some contrast going. A little more moody. Let me adjust the camera as well. Oh yeah. Have a seat. Stay a while. Fathead's Mountain Dew can. Yeah, that is kind of a Mountain Dewy like can. Who's Wait, who's the 740 number that's texting me? Oh, I know. I know who that is. I don't have any booze here. I can't do shots. I think this is still fairly strong beer. It's a 7.5%, so it's not like I'm. Oh yeah, Pudgy's got some stuff to show us. Oh, that was in the bike picks. I didn't finish the bike picks. Yeah. Let's work our way backwards, right? So, we looked at Dylan's bike in the beginning, and even though he's left, I know it's you now, Rusty. It took me a minute. So this is Dylan's bike now with the fatty the fatty studs on it, the tumbleweed stargazer. It's that bike, man, is so versatile. It's so sweet. Let's go. We got a lot of chatting going on here. Oh yeah, so we got Pudgy's. Let's open the original. Oh, those are kind of the grips I was looking at, right, Otis? What brand are yours? Like I said, those Deity ones at Dirty River would match the Peugeot so perfectly. But Yonder, you bringing over some rum, and then if Yonder brings over some rum, we'll finish this build tonight. Fully operational. Oh yeah, we do need to see if you have any, or if you don't, I'm gonna look eBay to see if I could find a wider range cassette for the rear of this thing too. So Oh, that's right. You're using an old tire for your flap on the fenders. I love that, Pudgy. Oh, and that's the Vario thing on the back, I assume? Oh, Thompson seat post? I don't think I noticed you had the Thompson on there before. Did you send it down those steps? You don't have to go look now, Yonda. It's like 11:15 at night. Dude, just chill. I just mean, look eventually, like when you have a minute. There's no rush on this old bike, especially with like I keep saying, the blizzard going on outside. But yeah, Chris likes the orange on blue. Yeah. With your deity grip. Oh, yeah, those are like the ones that I was looking at. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this one I was talking about earlier. Summit Perry rides. This is Summit Perry on his ride home after his ride home today. Uh, which again, cold and icy beard, like you've seen it before. If you are not from around here and you could see what it looks like outside this window at the time he was riding and still right up when I just walked over. Yeah. Unfortunately, unfortunately, Otis, it doesn't. There's no script to make it read the member, whatever they call these. These are like you get one like big chat. Like it's kind of like a super chat a month. Every member does, and they haven't added like a script for it to read that out loud yet, unfortunately. So, but yeah, so Summit Perry just riding home, looking like this, but just his some of the roads he takes and what's he's doing. He's doing like what 8 miles, I think. So it's not like a short ride either. So yeah, he's just a badass for riding every day in this. He's got the PBR in the basket too. Member milestone chat. Yeah, large marge. So what Dirty River Otis just did was a member milestone chat. Yeah. We are only I think we're only like a stream or two away. So the factories that the members have next to their name, if you see the ones in green, that means they've been what, over 6 months. So everyone has like a how long you've been a member. That factory changes colors. With the I don't know if you could tell, there's a little bicycle in there. The industrial gravel logo. Uh, it's about to change to I think 1 year. So the channel has been a monetized channel for over a year, which is amazing to me. Yeah, and that's what I was saying too with the not having ads on the stream and 40 members. So 40 members is amazing to me too. So at the beginning of 2020, when I started putting out one video a week as just a goal to learn how to make better videos for my professional work, the channel had less than 40 subscribers. So that just blows my mind that now we have more than 40. Now we have 40 members. Yeah. So it's 2 years. Oh, is it 2 years to get the face? I think it's 12 months. Pudgy, you would, huh? I was thinking I should make a brand new emoji for that too, because when I set that up, I'm like, who knows if we'll go this far? But yeah, we should definitely. I don't know. What is a good 1 year thing to have next to your name? We need to workshop that. Oh, Pudgy, your new bag is in the stream chat. Let's grab that. All right. Oh, on this TV it comes down farther. Oh, the Dark Realm you were talking about. Sorry, I didn't. I don't think I brought that up when I was. Oh, nice. Did you say which color you went on that? Yeah, number 38 was Pudgy. Probably, yeah. I think Erin was looking at these right before she got the Elium bags work, but she couldn't get. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if large is still up. Yeah, he is. He said members milestone. He answered that question just a second ago, but or maybe I've just like scrolled through these at some point. But yeah, I think she might have been looking at those when she was trying to. And don't they use? Isn't these aren't these all recycled materials too? They just kind of are. They're not all, but they'll grab recycled material for some of these, I believe. Yeah, those are sweet, man. 1 year banana seat. I think the Green Guru. I'll look them up if we haven't before. Oh yeah, I've definitely looked at these before. Yeah, like a real 80s vibe on these ones they have on their main one. Oh, but then they also do some like weatherproof like roll top stuff. Nice. Oh, so they're using bike tubes, climbing ropes, tents, and wetsuits. Nice. That is such a great thing to do because so much like performance gear, like once it has like one little hole, it's not usable for what you need it for. But there's so much material that can be made into something smaller. So, yeah, this is just stuff that's such a great idea. Oh, I like the frame bag with the tubular can sleeve. This is pretty cool too. And then they have like kind of a shoulder strap, so if you took it off, of course I like that. That fits my lifestyle very well. But Rusty said he had a great idea last night. Companies should make a top tube bag with Mala, man, falling apart, straps down the side so people could hook a drink hose to them. Oh yeah. See the bike packing selection. How expensive are they? Oh, let's see. Green Guru 6 pack holder is sweet, but so expensive. Most these ones they're showing are super cheap. Amazingly, I wonder where's the six. Oh, maybe that would be under urban. Let me go to the urban stuff because these are like really cheap. I mean, compared to like Swift bags, I mean these cost like nothing. Huh? Did I click on the same thing twice in a row? Oh yeah, I did. It didn't go. Casual riding, maybe commuting. They just really want to sell you that. Is there just an all? Is there just like an all categories? Or maybe all bike packing is what does it? Do they have a search? Oh, there's the urban section. Six pack insulated top tube caddy. One, I can never use a top tube bag like that because my legs would be all over it. But 38.50. Rick, your hardwood idea. I'm not into it. I'll see if I can find that photo next. But these bags seem pretty affordable. I mean, like I said, I have Swift bags, which are super expensive. So maybe that skews my perspective, but. And I don't mean that as some stupid flex, I'm just saying. I want to find Rick's where was Rick's hardwood post in the bicycle group? Bike pics. I'm getting a little slurry. Oh, here we go. Oh, you were kidding. Thank God. it looks so cool. Like, especially if it's on some city bike cruiser, yeah. Could you imagine? I mean, it would be so funny to roll up to something that had like some kind of like, I don't know, something where you're allowed to have open container with this like basically built-in bar, but you said I missed the Green Guru. Where was the Green Guru six pack? Help me out again, guys. Yeah, all these prices are way lower. They haven't crossed out, but most of them don't seem that crazy. I mean, not crazy compared to certain things to begin with. You know, bar packing. Yeah, maybe that's the niche we're missing is bar packing. Oh wait, they told me top row. Okay, top row. That could have been like 5 things ago, though, right? Why don't they just sort it by like beer carriers? Is there? Oh, here we go. There is a search. It's on the right side, literally has a can sticking out of it. I had this up here. I had this up here. And I do think this is sweet. And it's insulated. If this is the one you're talking about, it's amazing, and it's insulated. Tent fabric, bike tubes, and other durable materials. Thank you, Ahmed. Welcome to the show. I don't see why this wouldn't hold up well. If you look at this, this looks like all solid construction. But that's what I wanted to show.
From Fitzwater Photography.
Even Ahmad saw that can carry. So if you guys weren't here, like one of the ideas we were talking about on the last stream, and I think we'll end the programming. It's 11:30 with this. I talked about an idea of doing like a news show filling this. Gravel cycling is the term. It's not what I want to use though. The niche of basket packing, adventure cycling, which is I got from Party Size, his term, which is kind of what I'm using right now. How can 20 people still be watching this? Excellent question. So talking about doing like a news show, but that feels like large marge compared to great. Like I didn't think of it in that term, but he said kind of like the stuff that the Radavist reports on, but in a video form. And I was saying doing it though in like a straight-laced, like super newsy way. In my mind, it was like Jon Stewart era Daily Show is what I wanted to come across. So I put a video up for the members to check out and give me some feedback on, but I wanted to show it in the live stream tonight. The beginning, just the very beginning, my idea. And then the goal too is to have contributors. So we talked about this a little bit. So like if someone wants to do like an opinion piece, like Rusty was saying, you would love to talk about bike commuting, and Summit Perry said he'd be the weatherman, and Party Size said, what can I report on? So I put out a video to the members, like kind of describing all of that kind of stuff, but I want to show you just the intro that I came up with because I want it in the look that I think I want it to have roughly. So yeah, I'm going to put that up on the screen so everyone could see it for a minute. But I think this will be like a feature that I want it to be weekly. And so for those of you who aren't members and haven't heard, like I'm going to be gone the week of the 13th, and I want to start it when I get back. And then just have like this little news show, kind of like what bikepacking.com does with their YouTube channel. But this to do it like in this like straight up news format that is always the same. So anyways, yeah, let me get this on here. This is what I've come up with just as an idea, like a template so far.
From Fitzwater Photography Studios in Akron, Ohio, this is the Adventure Cycling News Show.
Hey, welcome to the show. Today, the big headline of the week is All City has released a new bike called the Lunar Rover. It has clearance for 3.2-inch tires, it's based around the 650B wheel size, and it comes with bar end shifters. Anyways, that's just my test to put together this intro and see what it looks like.
So yeah, that's the rough idea. Just tonight, like to do like a straight news show, but about the news that kind of is between GCN, GMBN, bikepacking.com. Like I said, the stuff that, tow my bikes, crust bikes, all city, all that kind of stuff, and do something interesting, and then have you guys contribute and make it like this once a week thing that I think could be like pretty fun and interesting, and like Lard said, like the Radavist but in video form, kind of thing. And that's where I think I'm going to start it with, is something like that. But I just want it to look super stupid newsy. Like, I love that idea. So, oh yeah, Alejandro asked how much I paid for the Peugeot. I paid $40. So I offered the guy 35 and he wouldn't take it. He would. He was like $40 and it's yours. And I'm like, $40. I'm drinking $40 worth of beer. So yeah. My jacket, yeah. Whoops, I meant to go this way. Yeah. I think my favorite thing about it is the fake applause. Like, I put it all together and then I realized, I'm like, what is it? It's missing something. I'm like, I love this music. I love this intro, and I could tweak the intro. But then I'm like, oh, it needs applause when I come on. So, See.
From Fitzwater Photography Studios in Akron, Ohio, this is the Adventure Cycling News Show.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Yeah. I can't go bow tie because of the, what bothers me about the bow tie, even though I know is the conservative connotations. It's like the Tucker Carlson thing. When Jon Stewart went on Crossfire and Tucker Carlson was trying to call him out on a bunch of stuff, and I'll never forget Jon Stewart looking directly into Tucker Carlson's face and going, "You're a grown man wearing a bow tie," which I just thought was amazing. So, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Pudgy said he thinks it's hilarious that I do the intro like people won't know it's me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Otis, you could have your whole... I was saying we really do, and I think some of us were talking about this on Tuesday, like an opinion piece, like, what really grinds my gears, and I'll do it with an actual photo of like a couple, like, bicycle gears together and stuff like that. But let me get this out of my way.
Today, the big headline.
Yeah, I want it to be like entertaining, but I like the idea of doing it very straight-laced entertaining. Like, well, should we wrap it up? I mean, this has been a long night. I was saying too, so the members, like, basically what I just showed you, then I talk about the ideas for like 3 or 4 minutes to run them by, like, the smaller focus pool of, people have invested basically. But I like the idea of having people do pieces, and like Party Size was saying, man, I would do some reporting. Malk said he would do it too. So people doing some 2-3 minute like things, that's something that is interesting, and then we just pop those in there like the Daily Show. So it's like, or like any news magazine. So it's like, I come out, read 3 minutes of like headlines that like our group of people care about. Like I said, All City announces their new colorways. That's an easy thing for me to think of off the top of my head. Kind of do that, or like, someone comes out with a new frame, whatever it is, that is, not a Giant or not a Specialized. Nothing wrong with them, but that stuff's covered 1,000 times over on YouTube. Like, so something that's not covered on YouTube, we do that, and then we go into one of the paid ads Then we come back, we do one of the pieces that we're talking about with all of us, where, you know, Malk or Party Size or, you know, Rusty does a piece. We play. I said, let's go, let's go to Malk with the, you know, his whatever. And then we do ads for the stuff that us on the live stream and us as the, you know, the community have to sell. So like I was saying, my buddy Woody, who does roach clips, like we have him make a commercial. And so we do like, and I said in the video accidentally fake commercial. It's a real commercial, but we could pop in all this stuff like for Dirty River, for, you know, roach clips, for Party Sizes, like swag, where we do like a cool, like goofy, like let's make a commercial. We have that break, and then we come back and do the end of the show, which I don't know. I'm trying to think of what that piece might be, but you know, one idea I had is like, is it a build of the week? Is, you know, like, you know, something someone's found online that we like take a look at. I don't know, like just a couple minute outro, but yeah. Oh, the bike with the green tires. Yeah, that's my trainer. It's sitting on my trainer. Yeah. Yeah, local makers. Like that's the whole thing. Like we're doing our show, so like come on down to Rick's wooden frame bike bag shop. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so all of us who actually participate in the live streams and the Discord channel and all that, like we can we could one, I think I'll mix some of that in the news. So like one of our friends comes out with something new, it doesn't have to be the advertising idea. We just mix that right in with the top news. Like Crust just came out with a wheel set that has an, you know, a dynamo hub. And then next it's like, you know, Roach Clips has come out with a new colorway in their, you know, valve cap stem covers. Like whatever. We get that. We get to do that because it's our thing. But and that's why I was kind of stressing over the name of the show, like Adventure Cycling News. I'm not crazy about it, but it doesn't matter. That's not going to be the it's going to be the headlines that go in the title. That's how YouTube works. So we just abbreviate that down to ADN or whatever it is. And it's going to be the big headline of the week, and that'll go in the thumbnail with me small with the suit and tie. That's how YouTube is, you know, draws. And I think this is a thing that'll draw beyond our little community. So it also gives us, as like anyone who makes anything that we know, it gives us just an extra avenue to also promote that stuff as well. I think one, we're truly adding value. I think we're hitting a niche that's not quite being filled and in this space, in this kind of YouTube space. But then we also get the leg up of, you know, let's market our fellow, you know, small cycling creators as well. But that's my thought. Yeah. And I'm down for any kind of ideas that anyone has, you know. Yeah, so like you said, yeah, I meant adventure. Yeah, so I know what you're saying, large, but everyone was saying that they haven't touched that alternative cycling network. That channel's been dormant for like a number of months now, right? So yeah, I don't. That's all easy to workshop. So like I said, I am not hell bent on adventure cycling news, and so yeah, you're right. So to change the acronym would make sense, whatever it has to be. But yeah, I'm not sure. That's what we'll do. That's why I'm throwing this out there. That's why I put a members video out with the idea, so we could figure out exactly the right thing to call it. So that intro that I'm playing, It's a After Effects template. I can change that text and font. Like, it's so easy to do. So yeah, I'm totally up for suggestions on that. Like I said, the name won't be the most important thing. The branding of the episodes won't be why people click on them. If you ever notice, like the GCN show, like that's weekly, the thumbnail they use and the title after the number of GCN show is all about what their big topic is. Because that's how, like, that's what I was saying. That's how YouTube works. So it's not super important, even if we keep it up weekly, what the actual name of the show is. But you're right. The acronym would be a problem because I do want it to be, even if I abbreviate it, we shouldn't abbreviate it to something that Russ is and his dudes are already doing. But yeah. Seat sniffers. Yeah, I really like Jan Heine's term of all road. I really like all road, but I was trying to think, like, it doesn't have cycling in it, and by the time you add a third word and news, then it's getting too long. So I really like the idea of like all road news, but then that doesn't. If this takes off and we want to use the branding for anything, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I want it to be short and concise. So I don't even like all the words in adventure. And I'm in Cuyahoga Falls, so as you noticed in the intro when I say from Akron, I'm just like, because Akron sounds shorter and more concise than Cuyahoga Falls. So, Muskrat, you're asking about the blue screen background. Rick brought that up. And yes, so I can chroma key. That's what you would be doing in Premiere or anything. And just to have that background. And I figured, like, that's stuff to worry about down the road. Let's get the ball rolling. I don't want to get too hung up on some of that stuff. But yeah, to have, like, I do like having bike stuff in the background, though. So even though the intro is very newsy, like, if I do blue screen, what are we putting in the background? So are we better off just having, like, this bike stuff? Or should we have it, like, be, like, always, like, a skyline, like an Akron skyline, or I don't know. Like they always say, anyone who wants to do content in any way, like content, video, the best thing to do is just start somewhere. And that's basically what I did. I'm like, if I sit down and start something, we'll start it. If I obsess over the details before I start it, you don't start it. So, yeah. I know I'm a little buzzed, but this is like truly what I think. It's like you just have to get going and start walking down the road and you'll fix all that stuff. So when I was like, even looking at the camera angle I wanted to set at, I was looking at stills from news, like the big news shows, the big NBC, like their world news and all that. I'm like, where do they put the cameras? Because I want to convey that vibe just for fun. That's like the look I have in my mind is true news stuff, and like having the, cards and doing like the hand motions and all that. I just think it'd be fun to like go that whole route, and explore that. Then I'm just thinking, so when I was looking at those and looking at the Daily Show and looking at the news networks, as you go back, you could see how like they have totally like fixed stuff over time and made stuff so much better over time. The old Jon Stewart stuff looks totally different than what we were when he was famous in the end and the Daily Show was like huge. Like, so yeah, same thing. Like, yeah, so that's the problem. Party size. He said all road news sounds roady. Yeah, it still has road in the word. I like the term because I think it describes what we do better. All roads. You know what I mean? Like, my gravel bike rides more roads than anything to get to the gravel where I live. So I really like Jan Heim's term of all road, but I don't think it works for what we're doing. Total Biking Network? I don't mind that, Otis. That actually kind of is different. Gears and shit gas. Bananas and saddles. Beer talk. Totally awesome, incredible news tonight, or taint. Oh, Yonda said he wants the stick mic like 70s British news. Yeah, the crane shots too. I was thinking how in the end, the Daily Show or even like Colbert, how they're doing those sweeping camera angles. Again, like this is a one man operation over here, so it's like it took me forever just to get the framing right so I could do the the overlay here in the corner. But I did notice that they show the desk and where the hands are, and that's where the cards were going, and that's why I ended up getting the angle the way I did. And I think it does like make that newsy look work to get that camera angle right. But like, yeah, there's obviously limitations over here. Um, I was thinking, so I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but the other photographer who rents the studio from me, she's worked here longer than I have, since well, actually when she told me she's retiring. Uh, she said she started here at the studio for Rick, who I bought it from in 1997. I'm like, that's a ton of perspective. That's the year I graduated high school. But I would love to be able to do more with this kind of stuff, but like YouTube is still a hobby. Like so the ad revenue, the member revenue and all that basically pays for me just to do YouTube. You know, it's like a side project that's a fun hobby and it covers like some of the expenses of upgrading gear. Like I said in the members video, like buying GoPros, buying a lens I could vlog on. But you know, I watch like other stuff, you know, like MKBHD, where they have like a whole like team of people doing stuff. We're not there. So like, you know, there are no crane cameras happening here. There's no one who could, when I'm working on the Peugeot on a live stream, who could like change the angles. It'd be awesome if it was like that, but it's not. Like you know, and I also love my job, so I'm not like mad about that. It's not like that. Like this is just really fun to do and is working on some level, but so I was thinking with so Susan pays me $750 a month. I'm making from YouTube about 150 to 170, and so we're at like 2,800 subscribers, and I'm like, man, if I could get it to cover that cost, then there is so much more I could do if I was at that 750 to $1,000 a month level. That would like fill in a lot of gaps to be able to up a lot of the stuff that I like doing on YouTube, and I just would like the production to be on that level. But you know, go ride under new dry lanes every day, Grundle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not like I want YouTube doesn't need my main to be my revenue stream. I would love it to pay for like to really up what we could do with this. Like talking about like having like you guys contribute. I would love to be like every time you guys do the, like a contributing piece, I could give you, I don't know, $250. You know, that's just not the case. You know, so it's like all like a, you know, labor of love at this point. But all right, we should wrap it up. It's late, and yeah. And now I'm rambling. Well, I was rambling the whole time. I'm rambling. I've been rambling since we started live streaming, so that's pretty par for the course. I am happy that we did run the cables on this bike. Um, you guys helped out as always. Pudgy, Otis Yonda, Large with the hot takes. Yeah, so like I said, people ordered swag. I will get out tomorrow. Hopefully, the storm's supposed to end in the morning. Ship that out. I think I will try to ride Otis's Gunner down to the post office. See how that goes, and maybe we'll film it a little bit. Yanda's here for the ramble. Muskrat, you said, I wish I could be on my bike riding around telling the news. Oh, like maybe I should do it from the trainer. Should I, like, when we come back from the first commercial, should I be, like, sitting on the trainer with a blue screen, like, riding around the town, different towns? All right, yeah, let's abort. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for helping out. This community is the best thing. I absolutely love it.
Okay. Myself on your YouTube. Okay, bye.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is
Fitzwater photo.